Oh, God, I tried to change something. I was having a bit of feedback. Well, it wasn't feedback. It was a little bit of electronic sound, and I tried to change my cables. So have you had no sound at all? So I'll have to change it again. Oh, my God. Sony's black hole, I love it. Hero said, oh, I think we're here anyway. Everyone's saying, let me go here. Let me just go back to full screen. Let me see now. So let me know if you can hear me okay now. So I should be coming through now. Robert is saying, hello, good morning from Sweden. Hero is saying, greetings all. Yeah, it's working. Thanks, Mark. No sound, yeah, Hero was saying. Oh, honestly, the sound has been a nightmare for me. The reason why I changed it was because just before I came on, that song that I played you, there was a little bit of electronic noise there that I could hear. Let me switch to it again. I'm just going to play it for a second just to see if I can still hear that noise, but bear with me. Let me just go play again. Let me see if the noise... Because this had like a little bit of an electronic rumbling noise. I'll just pause it in a second. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, that's weird. So it seems to have sorted itself out. I don't know what on earth was going on there before. But ooh. Ooh. Anyway, it's working now. Who knows? I'm going to try this with Aaron tomorrow, so God knows what's going to happen. We're going to do a test because we want to come back on live next week. Like I was saying to everyone, this is a live for the Europeans. I'll be around this time each week, somewhere around here, so that you guys can ask some questions and things like that as well. I'll probably have to try and take out that beginning bit where we had no audio again, but at least it's working now. So... it's all quiet in the house, no sound. Hero, I'm becoming a great lip reader thanks to David's class for lip reading. I did try and put that up to say that I was having some troubles. Your audio is out, yeah, problem solving. The Sony black hole sucked out the sound waves in your room. Is it on? Yeah, it is on. Mark said it's the plug gremlin. He got to love audio issues. I know, Mark. I just tried to change that. The funny thing is, I think it might be actually in the video file because I was playing something different before and it was there and it was just like a very, very low little rumble electronic sound, and I tried to get rid of it and I thought I did, and it looked like it was all working, but when I went live, it's not showing up on the meters there, and I should have clicked when I saw that happening. But anyway, we're here. There we go. Yep, it's working. At least I'm going to laugh about it. Hero said, sounds good now. Yay. Audio is back. Now let me check how the stream's going. It's going well so far, it's saying. Hi, David. I know it's a long way from the UK. Are you? I know it's from the UK. Are you now? I'm not sure what does it mean. What do I mean? Are you? A long way from the UK. From Melbourne. I'm going to come to the UK as soon as we're allowed to sort of travel again freely. So hopefully I can have a meet up with some of you and also some of the Europeans, because we'll probably pop over there as well. Even in Star Trek, they needed a crew to run the show, laugh out loud. Is there an echo? No, it's not. If it is, it's probably just down there, because I'm definitely not hearing echo from here. Now this, hang on, where was it? This is echo. Let me turn that down. I'll see if I can get, hang on. This, well, I've got to turn it up a bit. This is echo. Ooh, Star Trek. Oh, I have too much fun doing this, honestly. It's just crazy. Where are we? There shouldn't be any echo there. Glenn said, sorry, hear you now. Okay, so you can all hear me. So fire away if you have some questions, guys, in the chat. There's 39 here, 41 actually now. So if we have any Sony-related questions, it doesn't have to be Sony. It can basically be anything that you'd like to know. I'm streaming in 4K 60 today, and I'm using my Sony A6400 and the Sigma 16mm f1.4. Oh, now today too, I did get news that I would be, let me see if I can share this with you, because let me go back to Sony Alpha rumors. Where were we? Let me go here. Because, oh, it's going to be exciting. Yes, this one. So let me just make this a bit smaller and take it over to here so that you guys can see it. And let me switch to this Mini 6. I'll be getting this lens, this Tamron 18 to 300mm lens pretty soon, because they're saying they're expecting it to be here. So I'm going to be able to do a review for you guys of the 18 to 300. So I'm really excited about using that, actually, because we come out of lockdown in where I live tomorrow. So that's going to be really exciting. So I'm going to get that. I did ask about the 35 to 150 because I'm dying to try that lens out. They just said as soon as it comes, I'm going to get one, but it's just not available yet. I also got sort of news too that the 28 to 75, the new version 2 Tamron, is unbelievable. So I can't wait to see that as well, because it looks like Tamron, I just said in the message, I said, God, you guys are just kicking goals, because the lenses that they're releasing at the moment have just been outstanding. You know, they're just incredible. You look at I mean, how long? The 28 to 75 hasn't even been out that long, and that's an excellent lens already as it is. And now they're going to be doing a version 2 of that lens, and I just can't wait to try it. I'm really particularly excited though about the 35 to 150 f2.0 to f2.8. I can't wait to try that one. So that's some exciting news that will be coming in shortly. That's a cool beard you have. Yeah, it's starting to come up. It's not, by the way, it's not grey. If it looks grey, you need your monitor calibrated. I've just calibrated my monitor just before, actually, and it looks like a lovely blonde. So if you are seeing grey in the beard, calibrate your monitor. The iPhone announcement has me interested on the 15th of September. I know, I just got that email. It's 3 a.m. Melbourne time on the 15th. That's the one problem with living in Australia. All the announcements from Apple are always during the day for them, and you guys in Europe, but it's always like 3 a.m. in the morning for us. So I think I'll just be checking what it is when I get up in the morning. Look, I've upgraded every single time Apple have released a phone. I don't know this year. I'm just going to sort of see what happens. I'm more waiting on getting a new Mac Mini. I'm waiting for Apple to produce a better Mac Mini just so that I can drive all of this gear that I've got here, because I really want to have a little bit more performance. I must say it works terrific considering I'm streaming like I am, but you know, I'd love a little bit more performance in Final Cut and things like that. So I'm hoping more for a new computer. But I still am excited to see what Apple will release, so I probably will be up early that morning checking out what's going on. Just checked too, the stream health has been okay. Got one warning up, so just have to see what happens. Anyway, it looks like it's okay there at the moment. So, like I said, guys, if you have any questions, please fire away. I need to... Oh, hang on, what's that? Is that Santa? Is that you? I love it, Jamie. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Photo Matt said, I'm also waiting for the 28 to 75 G2. Yeah, that's going to be interesting, because the funny thing is that the current version I have is so sharp, so it's going to be interesting to see what they improve on that lens. But they did say to me today that it's amazing, so I can't wait to try it. It might be one... See, the 28 to 75 I use all the time. But having said that, if the 35 to 150 is just as good, that might be my next lens that I get, because that's probably going to be one that I would love to leave on the camera the whole day I'm shooting weddings. You know, I mean, that would be the perfect scenario, and I believe it stays on f2 to about 80mm. So that's a fantastic portrait lens, because you're going to be shooting 80 odd millimeter at f2. Which is brilliant. So you're going to get that beautiful, you know, depth of field that's there as well. So, but I'm also excited to see what the 28 to 75 has as well. It also depends on how much, you know, these things cost and what they are. But I'll have it soon to test for you. and you'll see it as well. Hero said, I need to calibrate my mirror. I keep seeing a new grey hair every day, laugh out loud. Yeah, well, if you do, yeah, you seriously do need to calibrate it, because this is a seriously nice blonde that I'm just looking at here. I'm just looking at the big monitor. Yep. I do need to shave under here, though. Slap echo 30 milliseconds. So you are still hearing echo. I don't know where from. So is it echoing? Because I can't see where, because I've only got one thing active, which is weird. Oh, hang on, let me... Testing 1 2. Let me turn this off. Testing 1 2 might be right now. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Let me know that, because there was 2 audios sitting on here, so it might be gone now. Yes, the 35 to 150 is probably going to be the lens of the year candidate. I think you're right, Hero. I can't wait to see that either. I'm dying to try that lens out. I really am. Joseph said Tamron 70 to 180 or the 35 to 150. Look, it depends really if you need the 180 focal length, Joseph. If you do need the 180, well, then obviously that's a clear lens for you. But it's hard to say. Just, look, I've got a 24-70 and, sorry, the 70 to 200 Sony lens. So there was an echo. Yeah, okay, it was just that 2 was showing. I've got the 70 to 200, but it's the F4 Sony, and I haven't used that in, I can't remember when. It was the last time that I've used it. So I tend to now stick with the 24mm G Master. I mean, that's nearly always on my camera. It's nearly always on the A7S III, ready to go. So that's my favourite. I'll then jump up to the 85 Batis, because if I need to get a nice portrait and it's closed up, I'll use that. But then I seem to jump to the 135. I adore the 135 GM. I adore that lens, and I find it hard to put it down. So that's probably the reason why I haven't used my 70 to 200 since I've got that, because I love it so much. But, you know, like if this lens... the 35 to 150 is stunning at that range. It might be that, wow, you know, I mean, who knows how good this lens is going to be. I mean, it might be a disappointment, I don't know, but we have to wait and see. But I've got a feeling it's going to be a superb lens. So I think if I had the choice for me, the way that I shoot now, the 35 to 150 would be a better lens for me than the 70 to 180. But that's the way that, you know, that I shoot. So... I hope that sort of answers it for you, Joseph, but I would probably wait for the 35-150. But yeah. Hero also said 35. So hopefully, yeah, Alien Drone, it's gone now, because I did have one thing that I could turn off. So Hero said perfect. It's fine. Yep, sounds good. Yep, it was just that thing that was up there before. You are the reason which I bought a week before the A9 series for wedding photography. Hello from Greece. You bought the A9. It's amazing. I love the A9. I mean, it's great. If you can pick up a good A9 now, that camera will still serve you for many years to come. There's still nothing out there that sort of will beat it. I mean, you've only got the A9 II and the A1 really that would beat it for what it does. If you're talking about silent shutter, you know, and it's just superb. Focusing is superb. So yeah, it's a great wedding photographer. The 24 megapixels I think is perfect. Although, like we've said, the A7 IV is probably going to be 33 from what I've been hearing. So yeah, but I agree that I'm glad you got that, because it's fantastic. Joseph said, thanks for the advice. Not a problem at all, Joseph. Like I said, fire away. It's the only time that you guys can sort of get on with me live from Europe, UK and Europe. So let me know if there's anything else you'd want. Like I said, I think we are coming out of lockdown tomorrow night, I believe. Well, we were told today. So I can't wait to get out there and doing some shooting again. It's not Melbourne, though. It's only Vic Country. So at least I can get out there now and do some reviews and things like that. Like if I get the Tamron lenses, I want to be out there shooting. So I thought I was going to be stuck inside. So you know, but that's great. What else? I'm just waiting on people to throw in some live questions. They come into me about 30-second delay. So when you've asked them, it does take a couple of seconds for me to get them into the chat. So Joseph said, why are you streaming 4K 60 on an A6400? Well, the interesting thing is, Joseph, I'm not. I'm actually doing 4K 30 from the A6400. And what I do is I've got the Ultra Studio HD, and that's upsampling it. So it's coming out at 4K 60. So it just has to do a little bit of upsampling. It does a fantastic job. It really does. I'm going to talk about this whole setup in my other YouTube channel in the coming days. So I'll sort of discuss it over there. If you're interested in the link for the other channel, I'll leave it down below so that you can get to it in the comments, just so you can see it there. But that's how I'm doing it. So I'm doing 4K 30, and then this upsamples it to 4K 60. Let me see. They're still going to come in. I should change this. I can change the setting on this to be, it's every 30 seconds. I probably should alter it a little bit to see if I can get it to come in a little bit quicker. I can get an A9 now for $3,800 new after tax, but the A7 IV might be in that price range too. It will be. Is that US you're talking about? I think I'm predicting the A7 IV is going to be $2,500 to $3,000 US. So that's what that's going to be. I'd wait if you're not in a real hurry, yeah, because the A7 IV might be good enough, and we don't know yet what that's really going to offer. We can guess, but it just depends really if they give you a decent silent shutter. Look, if you're doing weddings like I am and you want to use, say, silent shutter, and you need the 20 frames per second sometimes for things like dance recitals and things like that I do, the A9 would still be relevant to get. But if they give you similar things and the electronic shutter is usable in the A7 IV, then I probably would say get an A7 IV, because you're going to get better video for starters. You're going to get 4K 60 at least. There'll be better bit depths, and you'll also have the picture profile. So, you know, we're not going to get a Cinetone on the A9. Like they did sort of promise early on we'd get those, but we just haven't got them. So it looks like we're not going to get that at all on the A9. So if you did want things like a Cinetone or picture profiles, you would be better probably with the A7 IV. But we've just got to wait and see what they offer, you know. Boy, Langston, you're up late. What time is it there? It's nearly 12 o'clock and you're just having dinner. Oh, man, I'll be right back. I was just about to get dinner. You are late, Langston. Okay, that's definitely going to check out that other channel. Yeah, I'll put that up there. I'll leave it in the link below once we've finished. The A6400 is probably his only camera with no recording limit. Well, none of them are actually if I put them into HDMI. So that's the way that works. It is true because I think I've got the software on there that yeah, it doesn't time out, I don't think. The A7S doesn't time out, the A7 III does, and the A9 does. But it won't time out if you've connected it via HDMI, because that overrides that. So that's one way around getting over, you know, how you can't sort of go past 30 minutes. That's why it's good to have something like a Ninja V and record, because if you're trying to get longer recording sessions, if you go into a Ninja V, well, then you can record unlimited until the hard drive fills. Hero said, a used A9s can be had for $2,000. I know, how good is that? And if you get a good one, like that's brilliant for getting that sort of camera for $2,000, you know? I mean, wow. I paid 7,000 Australian dollars for my A7 A9. Unbelievable. But I must admit, look, I've had so much use out of it, so I can't complain. Will the A7 Mark IV have 10-bit video? Yes, I think it will. I'm pretty sure it'll be 10-bit and it'll have 4K 60 422. I'm not sure about the bit depths. I'm not sure about what they'll give you in the bit depths of it, but they will give you 10-bit. But I don't think it'll go up to, say, 4K 120. You're going to need to, say, get the A7S III if you want that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll have 10-bit video. Do you think the A7 IV is a good update from the A6400? Oh, the A7 IV will definitely be a big update from that, yes. Massive update. The A7 III is a better camera than the A6400. I mean, I just like it as a streaming camera. But, you know, if I have the choice, I'll always go to a full frame camera if I can. There's nothing wrong with APS-C though. I mean, they're fine. It's just that I do like the look that, you know, full frame gives you. 10-bit internal, I think so, yeah. I think they will give you 10-bit. Because there's been a fair bit of time between that now. So, yeah, I think so, but we'll have to wait and see. You'll definitely get it external, that's for sure. Laugh Out Loud Langston is always up this late. I love it. G'day, Ralph. I think I have to visit the Sony headquarters, hammer on the door and shout, "We want global shutter." Well, you know, the interesting thing is now, do you really think we need it now if you look at what the A1 can produce? I'm not sure that we actually need it any longer, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the A1 is getting so close to what we can get with a global shutter now that it's not funny, you know? I mean, who knows what the next A1 is going to be like? I mean, it might be that we go global shutter, but the A1 now has eliminated not being able to use flash with the electronic shutter now. So there's no rolling shutter at all. So I'm not sure. I mean, you might be able to tell me what would be the advantages now about going that way. It's interesting. Photomat said, would you downgrade from the A7R4 to the new A7 IV? Sometimes the 60 megapixels are too much files to get sharp looking images. Well, yes. Look, if you're not using the 60 megapixel files at all, you might find that 33 will be ample. And if that's the case, see, the other thing you've got to remember too is the higher megapixel your camera is, you do have to be particularly more careful in your shutter speed. And that's one thing that you do have to be very careful of, because the more resolution that you have, if your shutter speed isn't high enough, you're going to get a little bit blurry in your images, and that's one of the issues. So if you find you're not using the 60 megapixel files enough, then it might be a good opportunity to downgrade. I would think that overall, the A7 IV will probably be a better camera than the A7R4, apart from the megapixels, but yeah, it'll have better focusing, it'll have better video, it's going to have the newer body, the new menu systems on there. I mean, it'll have a lot that's on there that is much, much better than what the A7R4 has. So if you were thinking about doing that, yeah, I could totally understand. Like I said, you really only want to use high megapixels if you have a need for them. If you don't have a need and all you're doing is downsampling all the time, I'd get rid of it and get another camera. I wish Sony would just give us a low raw version, you know, that we could just sort of change that a little bit. It would be so good if they did that. I still use my A7R3 without any issues. You could always go to that. The A7R3 was an amazing camera. I had that. Does your A7S3 autofocus move in small steps? Is a problem with mine, but the A6500 is super smooth. No, my A7S autofocus is amazing. You might want to get that checked, Johnny, because it sounds like there's a problem. The A6500 is super smooth when it racks focus, so weird. Using 55, 1.8, Tamron 28 to 75 and more. So if it's using, I was going to say if it's one lens, it might have been the lens that's an issue, but if you're using multiple lenses, it sounds like you've got an issue with your A7S3, because it should be really smooth. Absurd TV. Mark said the big problem with the A7 IV is that the A9 III has been rumoured. Yeah, I know. But again, Mark, they may not give us any of the picture profiles or, you know, things like that on that camera. We don't know. They might still keep that camera specifically as a sports camera without the picture profiles, and that is a big thing to me. The other thing too, I'm hoping, and I know some of you hate it, but I'm hoping that it has, the A7 IV has a flip out screen. I don't think there's any way that they will put a flip out screen on the A9 III. Just, yeah, it's, who knows. What is a good upgrade from the 16 to 50 kit lens for APS-C lenses? I'd probably go some of the Tamrons. Have a look at some of the Tamron lenses that are out there now. Although Aaron loves his 16 to 50, I think that's what he uses all the time. I think he was using that. No, he was using the kit lens on the A7C. I'm getting confused. I can't really talk about much on kit lenses, Joseph, for the A6000 series because I don't have any. The only lenses I've got, the only one I've got, which is APS-C, is the 16mm because I use full frame lenses on all of them. I would, if I was you, have a look at Tamron because they did release some just recently that are good APS-C lenses. But I would, if you've got the money, I would buy full frame lenses because then you can use them on APS-C and also on full frame. Yes, you do have to take the crop factor into consideration, but that's the reason why I haven't really bought any APS-C lenses because I like the fact of being able to use the maximum aperture. Hero said the Tamron 17 to 70 is perfect. Actually, I did like that when I took... Let me go here. With global shutter, you would get no weird behavior with extremely fast-moving objects, for example, the blades on a helicopter. But like I said, Ralph, I think that's almost eliminated now with the A1. I'm pretty sure it is, but I mean, I haven't... You may be right. Peter Matt said, thank you. Will Sony release APS-C flagship like XT4? Who knows what Sony are going to do? I still think they probably will eventually, I think. They did just release the, what is it, the ZV-E10. So that is probably their flagship, even though it's priced less, but that probably is the flagship. They may produce another A6000. I did always talk about the A7000 as being rumoured, so who knows? I hope they do. I've got an inkling that it's still going to be supported for quite a while because Tamron have been releasing a number of lenses for APS-C, so they are in with Sony. Remember, Sony own a portion, 15% of Tamron. So it might be that, you know, Tamron know that the APS-C is going to be supported for quite a while. So hopefully, yeah, they'll do another, you know, really good one like the XT4 because the XT4 is amazing. If they make an A9 III, I hope it's got the big body like the Z9 and the R3. You never know if what they'll do, Hero. But I've got a feeling the way Sony is, they'll just keep everything the same. They'll keep the body the same as the A1. Tamron, yeah, 17 to 70 is perfect. We're still there now. Is there others coming? Yep. Oh, no, there's no more coming yet at this stage. What's it going? It's got an error. Your error encoder is sending data faster than real time. So I'm actually sending too much data to YouTube at the moment. That's interesting. Oh, I don't know. So still far away, guys. What time are we on anyway? We're 4:50 p.m. I'll be going in soon for dinner, I think. So Mark's just posted something. It'll take a second to come up. I will have to change this. I'm beta testing this software. It does have a setting. Apparently, if you send too many comments coming over too quickly, Google cracks it. So I've set it at 30 seconds. So it's taking roughly 30 seconds to bring the question through. But you can set it at 10, 30, and 60 seconds, I think. I just can't go back to a non-dual stacked sensor. I know the stacked sensor is amazing. It really is. Like the A9 is just incredible. But who knows, you know, I mean, who knows how good, say, the A7 IV is going to be. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be certainly interesting to see, Mark, what they do in that regard. Mark said, I will sell my A7R4. Oh, I've got to click it to bring it on. I will sell my A7R4 when I swap out, but still keep the A9 as a B camera. Yeah, and you've also got to think too about what will you get for it. You know, this is the other thing too. If you can't get enough for it, you might as well keep it. And that's the thing that you've sort of got to understand there. If the A7 IV is incredible, I might sell my A7 III to replace it. But like I said, I'm tempted to get another one of these. I really am. If I had the money right now, I would probably just buy another A7 S3. If the I probably will just get an A7 S3. because I just love this so much. You know, I mean, I love being able to sort of sit down like this and then look at the screen like this when I'm doing video, hand-holding video and things like that. Even for photography, you know, it's just great to be down so low, or if I'm holding it up so high and then I can, you know, twist it around so it's like this. I mean, it's just so usable. And if I don't want it out, well, then I can just flip it back and, you know, close it. So it's not even being an issue that way either. I also like the fact too that you can close it completely and then it doesn't get damaged in your bag and stuff as well. So there's so many advantages to having that I'm hoping the A7 IV does have a flip out screen, but if it doesn't, I think I'll definitely get another A7S III. Definitely. What headphones are you using today? I'm using the latest Sony ones. Oh, not the latest ones, the ones before that. The wireless ones. It doesn't have the name. It's not the current ones, it's the ones before that. So that's what I'm using. I like going between these, and I also love these. I like these as well. These are a really nice headset as well. These are the K7 275s. They're really nice too, AKG ones. They have a nice lead. These are what I use usually when I'm editing and things like that, because these are a much more natural sound, whereas these are great for bass. I love the bass sound that I get through these. Just throw it over there. The Sony A7C is currently on a 25 discount. Should I get it as a backup to the A7R III? I'd wait. Yeah, definitely wait if you can. If you're not in a hurry, I would wait, because all of these cameras are going to drop in price once the A7R4 comes out. Sorry, the A7 IV comes out. They will all drop. So I probably would wait unless you need it now. Like if you need it now, I would just go out and buy it and use it and enjoy it while you've got it. So, you know, it just depends if you really need it right at the moment. Robert said, if there's no flip-out screen on the A7 IV, I'll get the A7S III immediately and forget about the A7 IV. I'm currently on the A7 III and waiting to upgrade. I'm exactly the same, Robert. I'm so love it. Like, I understand a lot of people don't, and that's the choice you have to make. Like, I know Gilbert hates it. But for me, this is the most important thing that I have, and I was desperate for Sony to produce one for so long. The A6400 is pretty good too, because at least it folds up. But to have the fully articulating screen, I just couldn't go back. And like I said, I love this. This is my favourite camera to shoot completely at the moment. I adore this camera, even for stills. Every camera body has different user need. Exactly, Mark, they do. The A7S is a good wedding shooter. So for me, it's not an issue. I'm not a wildlife shooter at all. But I like different things. Like I said, I know Gilbert hated flip-out screens. So, you know, we all want different things. So it's, you know, it's hard for everyone. I notice I'm buffering now. Buffered then a bit. Although it's still saying the stream's healthy, which is weird. Do you think that the HLV60RM is good enough for wedding photography? Yeah, I do. It's hard to say now. I can't remember which one I've got. I've got 3 of the HLV60s. I can't remember the model number. I do have, I think they're HLV60s. I'll go and grab it. Hang on. I think that's what these ones are, isn't it? I don't know. I'm trying to see what the model number is. Let me turn on my... I'm getting worse as I get older. Let me see if I can put the light on. Does it tell you which one these are? Yeah, I think it's up here. This is the HLV... I think it's F60M. Yeah, it is. It's HLV F60M. And look, I use these. I've still got 3 of these. I love them. I mean, they're fantastic. The only thing I suppose now is because I now shoot the Pro Photo and it's so small, the B10, I tend to use that more than anything. And I've even got the Godox, the 100. I can't remember the model number, but I like that too. But there's a couple of things I like about these flashes, particularly how you can... Let me just put it on the thing and I'll show you. All right, so particularly how you can shoot that way. Oh, didn't lock it in. Particularly how you can shoot it this way and then face it that way. So if you're doing portrait, you can go that way, and I think that's painted by Sony, so it's terrific the way that works. The other thing too that I love is how it has the light on the front, so you can use that if you're trying to get focus, or even use it if you're trying to get a really low light image. I haven't got batteries in there, so I can't show you, but that's dimmable, and there's also a little color correction filter that you can put in there as well, and it's got a little diffusion filter that you can sort of fold up and take down. These are terrific, but I never use them. I really should sell them now because I don't use them. I tend to think if you're shooting weddings, this is great, but I've been now using continuous light in weddings. Like I've been using my Pro Photo B10 and just using it with the continuous light. Kerry will hold the light and I'll just go around and just fire away, and it's so quick. And I'm not, you know, getting flashes all the time, and I find that works a lot easier for me. So like I said, I haven't used these probably in 2 years. I really should sell them. But they're great flashes for what they are, if that's the way you'd like to go. And obviously that's a newer model that you were talking about as well. So yes, it would be good enough, that's for sure. But they have issues if you're trying to overpower the sun. And that's why I have 3 of them, because I would put them on a mount and I would have one mounted this way, one mounted that way, and one mounted up the top. And I would fire them all at the same time. You know, and that way when you're using high-speed sync, it would give you a decent enough image, because they don't quite have enough power to overpower the sun. But 3 of them definitely did. And you could even get better results if you used an ND filter on your lens, and then these would be much more powerful. But then obviously you'd have to keep your shutter speed not using high-speed sync. Where were we? Down here, actually. So I hope that answers your question, Thomas, I think it is. The A7C2 is probably coming on the heels. Yeah, and that could be a really nice one, because I think they'll probably fix some of the flaws that camera has. The EVF, like I said, particularly is pretty weak in that camera. And also it only has 1 card slot, and I'll never buy another camera with 1 card slot, because I've had failed twice on me, and I was only saved by having the 2nd card slot in paid shots. So I'll never do a professional shoot with that again. You should make a vid doing photography on the A7S. I have. I've done it, Joseph. If you search my channel, I've actually done a whole video that shows the images that I get from it, and they are beautiful. I've said it's the best wedding camera that's available, so check it out. So it is on there. G'day, Gilbert. How you going, buddy? Shout out from the Philippines, new subscriber. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Omar. Gilbert said, I'm the opposite. See, I did say I mentioned your name, Gilbert. I said that you hate the articulating screen. If the A7R is a regular tilt screen, I might sell my R3, but if it has a floppy screen, I'll stick with my A7R3. And I did mention that, Gilbert. I said that you hated it. Because I know you don't like it. And like I said, everyone is different, aren't they? That's the beauty of this. I mean, you know, that everyone has things that they love and things that they hate. And that's why if it suits you and the way you shoot, I'll go for it. If it doesn't suit what you do, then obviously don't buy it. Then that's the beauty of it. So, Dyson, how you going, buddy? Hi, love your channel, watching from Abu Dhabi. Oh, thank you so much for joining us from over there. Like I said, I get totally different people in by doing this on the Wednesday night instead of doing this on the Saturday. I'll just have to delete a bit of the beginning of this because we had no audio once we've finished the live chat. We're just firing away, Dyson. We're just asking questions. Anything that you like, Sony related, can be anything. Actually, it doesn't even need to be Sony related. It could be anything. But yeah, I'll stay for another few minutes and then I'm going to head out for dinner actually. So like I said, I'm getting out of lockdown tomorrow, which is great news here. So I will be able to go and do some shoots again. So I'm dying to actually get out because I've been locked in for, 2 or 3 weeks. 3, 4 weeks actually, I think it's been. So I'm hanging out to get off this. Looks like people aren't asking any more questions. So I'll wait for another minute just to see if anyone asks any others. Joseph just put one up. Yeah, it's not my encoder, Joseph. It's actually YouTube. Like I said, I'm pushing the boundaries, streaming 4K 60, but I'm just continuing to try it just to see how it goes. But yeah, when it jumps like that, it's actually YouTube because it's saying my stream is healthy. So it's not me, it's actually YouTube, I think, has trouble keeping up with this. It'll get easier and easier as time goes on because I'm sort of pushing the envelope at the moment. Not many people do it at this resolution. But I just thought, look, I've got the gear to do it, so I might as well be getting used to, uploading it the best I can. And if it jumps or whatever, well, a little bit it might happen, but, it'll... It is what it is, so hopefully it's not too bad. And like I said, it will get better. Gilbert said, so much choice out there now. Cameras to suit us. Exactly. We are spoiled with Sony. We are, and even with lenses too, Gilbert. It's just crazy. G'day, Steve. How are you, buddy? What's for dinner? I think Terry is making me a lemon chicken. She's doing. She does it with lemons and onions and stuff like that. And I think it's... I can't remember what they are. I think they're the, I can't remember, the leg or something I think it's done with. And she cooks it in a bag. It's amazing. She cooks it in a bag with all the juices and stuff like that. And then we have mashed potatoes with it. Oh, just to die for. So that's what she's making for tea. She might be listening now. I don't know. She often listens from the house because my studio is completely isolated from the house. We built this. I need to move that a little bit. We built this in the back garden. It's big. I mean, it's a big studio that I've built, but it is isolated from the house. So sometimes she watches live from in there. So yes, that's what's for dinner, Terry. We are early eaters. It's only 5 o'clock, but we usually eat between 5 and 5:30. So we are nice and early. David, don't hold your breath. David, re-lockdown again. It's true. I know. Who knows? 1 minute we're out of it, and 1 minute we're in it again. Until we get up the vaccinations, well, it's just going to keep happening. What software am I using? I'm not using any software. I can't tell you the software I'm using to get the chat up because it's in beta and I'm not allowed to. But I'm not using any software at all to do this. I'm just streaming directly from the Ultra Studio HD and also the Hyperdeck. So I'm streaming from that and the ATM Extreme. So yeah, I'm not using any software at all. That's the beauty of doing it this way, is I'm not taking up my computer's processor at all to do any of this. Like I said, I'll probably explain it more on the other channel. We are still waiting for Sony to have a lens adapter on all Sony bodies. It would be great to use my 135 1.8 Carl Zeiss on my A9. Wow, that would be terrific, Carlos. I don't know if it'll happen, but who knows. Gilbert said, enjoy your dinner and good to see you live as it's early morning UK time. Yeah, what is it there? It's only about 8:10 in the morning in the UK. Steve said, looks good, David, over the border. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're out tomorrow night, Steve, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm planning to buy Sony A6000. Is it good for a beginner? Yeah, it's amazing. Omar, terrific. The A6000 series cameras are brilliant, all of them. Remember, there's almost no such thing as a bad camera at the moment. They are all excellent, and the A6000 is brilliant. I mean, if you can't produce a nice image with the A6000, you're not a photographer. So yeah, I mean, as a beginner, perfect. How much bandwidth do you need for 4K 60 streaming? You need a lot. I've got 200 gigabytes upload. 200 megabits upload, and you need it to get up that like that. So yeah, so you need a lot. You can't do it with a standard broadband, that's for sure. It doesn't jump here with my 1 gigabyte line. Oh, that's great, Renee. Michael's also here, another one that's not in bed. Michael, you're up late as well. It's now nearly 12:10 in LA. So you're being a naughty boy, Michael. You should be in bed. I'm doing these streams for the people that are sort of coming in late. I am doing these streams every Wednesday now. Now, by the way, I will be back with Aaron next week. So I'm just looking at the chat over there. I could move it over here, actually. I'm back with Aaron next week. Well, hopefully. I'm going to do a test tomorrow with Aaron to make sure this new system all works with him. I'll probably use Ecamm with Aaron, though, because then it'll be easier. Because I'm not using any software for this. But, yeah, we are doing a test tomorrow, and then hopefully we can get back doing a live stream next Tuesday, UK, US time, Wednesday here. So stay tuned for that. Philbert said, I'm patiently waiting to see what the A7 IV offers. However, I don't need any new camera, but it's exciting nonetheless. Well, it is, and I'm exactly the same. I mean, I don't really need another camera, particularly at the moment, particularly because I've been in lockdown, and, you know, no one's still hiring weddings because every time we get out of lockdown, they then put it back into lockdown again. So who knows here when the weddings will start again. I mean, we just have to wait. So it is what it is. So I certainly can't justify buying any new gear at the moment, not until things pick up for me. But I'm still excited about whatever they release, though. I could always sell some stuff, though. Mark's just leaving us saying, buy all, stay safe. And that's about it for me, guys. I am going to pop off now because it's time for me to go and have dinner because I'm starving and I want that lemon chicken. Let me just quit that there. And apart from that, I will see you all next week. If you can join Saturday's show, pop in for that. But obviously, if you can't, because it's a totally different time zone, I will see you all next week for this as well. So apart from that, guys, I'll see you later.
Take